Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our distinguished witnesses for being here today. Stability in Lebanon is critical to safety and security throughout the Eastern Mediterranean. As Iran-backed Hezbollah maintains a stronghold in Lebanon, it is crucial that the United States examine various means to continue dismantling Hezbollah. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses regarding how America can most effectively partner with our allies throughout the Eastern Mediterranean to dismantle Hezbollah and to secure peace in the Middle East. Mr. Schenker, Hezbollah has long been a proxy of Iran, targeting America's ally Israel in the Middle East. In your testimony, you stated that Israel is filling an important gap, preventing Hezbollah from rearming and targeting militia locations and personnel the LAF deems too sensitive to engage. Can you share how the partnership between Israel and the Lebanese armed forces is critical to dismantling Hezbollah?
Absolutely. They are critical. The work that Israel is doing, Lebanon would look a whole lot different without what's happening now, what has happened since the ceasefire. There hasn't really been a ceasefire. There's been a less fire, right? A more concentrated targeting by Israel. And the Lebanese Armed Forces is doing work, but they're just not going to be able to do all the work. And so while I think many in the government of Lebanon complain about this, I know that many quietly in the security apparatus of Lebanon, the military, are very pleased that this is happening. And this can continue indefinitely. I hope it doesn't have to.
Ms. Goddard, the 3+1 partnership between the United States, Israel, Greece, and the Republic of Cyprus is an important alliance in efforts to counter terrorism across the Eastern Mediterranean. The American-Hellenic-Israeli Eastern Mediterranean Counterterrorism and Maritime Security Partnership Act, which I co-led with bipartisan colleagues, recognizes the importance of working with American partners such as Greece, Cyprus, and Israel to counter terrorism. How do you believe the 3+1 partnership can best be leveraged to bring stability to the region and to counter Hezbollah?
Thank you very much. This has definitely have been a very good partnership in terms of, not only in terms of economic partnership, but in terms of security. And I remember at one point, Hezbollah itself started attacking Cyprus itself because of this alliance between Israel and Cyprus, knowing that Cyprus have been doing both legal and security measures against Hezbollah. Cyprus has been a victim also of Hezbollah's terrorist activities. There have been some issues there. So this partnership has been very, very important. Hezbollah tried to use Cyprus as for its terrorist activities, and this alliance stopped it. So I believe at one point, we're moving. This is a moving topic. This is not something that is done. This is evolving every day, and I believe that there will be more escalation if Hezbollah is not disarmed, if the Lebanese armed forces, the Lebanese government did not initiate, serious measures again when it comes to disarmament. Israel will probably escalate. Israel might have another war with Hezbollah. We might see a different kind of ceasefire agreement, and these allies in the Mediterranean are key in securing this agreement.
So, in your testimony, you spoke about Hezbollah's efforts to empower the cash economy in Lebanon. Mm-hmm. What mechanisms should the United States pursue to disable the cash economy that is funding Hezbollah?
Okay. So the only entity in Lebanon today that is addressing this in terms of issuing circulars that are actually trying to regulate this cash economy is the central bank. But the central bank alone cannot do everything. Lebanon's government needs to have a very clear strategies when it comes to cash economy. So far, they are pushing reforms within the framework of the IMF. But the IMF reforms are very technical. They do not have a bigger socio-economic, political strategy that addresses the root of the issue. It's much more technical, and it's targeted against a certain part of these reforms. I think the Lebanese government should be pressured to have more an overarching reforms, financial reform sector, including, I'll give you just one quick example. The Council of the South has been getting funding from the Lebanese government for reconstruction. The Council of the South is the most corrupt Lebanon's entity, which has been getting money for reconstruction, and it's the only entity that has no oversight. This is an example of how to regulate the funding from the government and the cash economy, the cash companies as well.
Thank you, and I yield back.